Howdy y'all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play of Transport Fever 2 for Emote Edition. In the previous episode, we started to basically expand our operations to connect to some newer industries, and making some small adjustments to our operations here and there, along with our new industry of serving the lubricants refinery near Cedar Point, so the towns around the area could finally get lubricants into their industrial sectors. Plus, our high-speed train, although it's not making much money right now, is actually starting to be proven to be a little bit popular. But we'll need to wait and see on what happens in the upcoming years. But in this episode, we're going to continue on basically just doing the same old thing. Now, let's see. What do we need to work on right now? I know for one thing that we'll need to improve some services in the region. Let me see. Do we already have trains set up to pick up loads of steel and lumber? Yeah, this train is waiting to pick up some steel at the mill. And this train is waiting at the mill to pick up some lumber. Also, why is it on this track? It's blocking the way for the log train. Oh my gosh. I have to literally change the direction and send it onto a different line. Limited transfer, Pine Valley transfer at the signal. There we go. Much better. Now this train will go onto this platform and fill up with lumber, allowing this train to easily fill up the lumber mill with logs. Now then, let's see. We'll need to also start transporting lubricants as well. Unsurprisingly, really, Longhorn hasn't even grown. I mean, we're providing a steady passenger service, and the town is basically getting all of its required commodities in, but it's just not growing for some reason. Let me see. It should increase. Something is up. There's plenty of lumber there. Blue Water City needs fuel and cigars. We're already getting cigars brought in, but I think we need to get started on our fuel industry. There's no oil being brought in right now, but one of these trains is supposed to be delivering its first delivery of refined oil. Once this train has been fully loaded with oil, that is. And wouldn't you know it, one of our first few trains of raw oil has arrived to be processed. A hefty $42.9 million, which is a pretty good amount of cash. And the other refined oil train will take the oil that's been refined to be processed into lubricants. Now, there's one more industry that we also need. We also need to get started on transporting gold products from this factory. I have yet to get that done, and we need to start transporting those products out to the market. Of course, I'll need to set up some signals. And basically make the line ready for active service. Just need to do is do that, and that. And that should basically get everything ready. Now, the only towns that need gold products is Black Diamond City. We can easily have a train go from that factory, basically along this main line to connect to the city. Oh wait, it will have to go through this section though. Although, if I'm careful, I could build a connecting track on this. Let's see. Will it cause any too much curvature? Construction not possible. Oh, okay. That actually works. Well, at least now my trains of supplies can easily access this station with no troubles. Now then, let's see. This train is being served by TS6A, so we need to set up another service for delivering the gold products. Wait, what's with this line 1? Oh, it's to pick up lubricants. I'll get to that eventually. But for now, though, the first train will go and pick up loads of gold products from here. Full load. 10 minutes. And then deliver this load to here. This will be known as Freight Train TS 6B Gold Products. Perfect. Now, let's get a locomotive and some rolling stock to pick up those commodities. Now, let's see. Longhorn Train Depot. Let's check out the diesel power. I don't see anything new here. Well, except for these EMDSW 1500s. They work more like switchers than mainline motive power. So I'll have to probably get another pair of GP30 diesels. Greenwood demands tools for some darn reason, even though I think I may have forgotten to change the commodities from 6 to 4, I think. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Gold products. Just basically add a couple of these unique cars to the consist to make it a little more colorful. Let's see. Alright. 530 units. And that's the sound of an industry being upgraded. Which is going to be good because it needs more cargo. More cargo means more revenue, and more revenue means bigger profits. We'll purchase this train and assign it to the new service so we can start transporting, well, gold products. Now, since all the gold bars are already there, it should start producing gold products to the platform for this train. Let's see. Any other cities needing this particular commodity? Whiskey doesn't have any of this. I don't think I even set up a truck service to actually deliver the asphalt to town. What the heck is wrong with me? Well, at least some stone has been brought in to be processed. Oh, we got a new diesel switcher and a big monster of an engine, a DDA40X. Another switcher, a new electric freight engine. Oh, Westwell Freight. Oh, it's some new reefers. Well then, seems like now we got a perfect diesel to handle the heavy loads of freight traffic. Now let's see, I think I need to set up a new service to pick up the loads of asphalt and bring it in. because I'm already taking care of silverware. So let's see. I think it's which one is serving this city? Truck service E1, so this will be truck service E2. Pick up its loads of asphalt and drop it off in town. That's all it needs to do. Let's see. Asphalt. Let's go for the more modernist truck we could find. This Volvo Viking N86 tipper truck. And put it to work to pick up the loads of asphalt. This should start increasing production. But now it needs more oil, and it needs, well, it has plenty of stone, but it will also need tons of oil, along with slag. Let me see. What about this industry? Fruit juice, cartons. Oh! Has the water actually been... Wait a second. Water's not supposed to be delivered there. How is water getting there anyway? Well, one thing's for sure, I'm making sure that it's only carrying fruit juice. But yeah, I think it's time to actually start serving this with water. So, let's see. Let's pick up some water from the pumping station and bring it down here. Because now with water, we can at least start producing fruit juices that can be used for delivering to local towns in the area. Let's see. Track 1, but you can go on track 2 if you need to. Let's see. I'll copy this. Let's see. Go back to line 1. Copy. Turn this to an E. And give it this color. And it should be good to go. Now, let's see. How many... Let's see. Alright. Now, let's basically grab ourselves another train to pick up the loads of water. And use it for that delivery. Now, I think because of its small axis, I think I need a small diesel. I guess maybe using one of these GP30s could possibly work. I mean, they're small enough, but not small like the switchers, but I don't want to have diesel switchers operating on the main line. Now, let's see. We'll get some of these Heinz Vigor cars, despite the fact they're getting kind of old style at this time. And why did I buy a boxcar when I should be buying these tankers? $560 units. Grab a caboose. And with train 110, it will be put to work of picking up water. And now we got a fruit juice factory all ready to go. Now the only two towns that need it is Woodsburg, which I think we could ship to by road, and Javaburg, which is located high up in the mountain right here. We haven't actually even supplied any commodities to Javaburg at all. We gotta change that. First things first, we need to start delivering fruit juices. We could actually use the roadway that's already in place to deliver that load into town. Or we could actually use the diesel switchers to deliver it, actually. Let's actually get a couple of those switchers in now. And we could also use the new reefer cars that came in. Now then, diesels. I'll get a pair of these two diesels. Let's see. We only have BNSF and Union Pacific, but since they carry fruit juices, this shouldn't be much of a problem. Okay, that will work. Now, since this is actually not going to be a long freight, I don't think I really would need a mainline caboose. So, I'm actually going to use one of the new transfer cabooses, which will basically allow it to be useful for the switching move. Plus, I can use one of the routes that I have created, but haven't used any of it yet. So, it will pick up loads of fruit juices there, and bring it down to Woodsburg sidings. Let's see. This train, let's, oh, let's see. This train, TS10. So, this would be Freight Train TS10B Fruit. Actually, packaged juices. Fill up a full load, 10 minutes. You'll fill up with, well, fruit juice there. But now we need to get some deliveries of supplies into Jobbird. I'll have to sadly demolish some housing to make way for the new freight station. Plus, we could actually just deliver loads of, if there's an industry close, if it needs cigars eventually, I could just simply just deliver those cigars by road. Well, I might actually deliver almost everything that this town needs via rail. Now, what I just need to do is just carefully place the station in. Oh! We got ourselves a new bus, a new set of trucks, a new gondola car, and a oddly new boxcar for some reason. I don't know why. And basically, to connect to that, I'll have to lay down a new line to connect to that freight house. Well, not a freight house, but a freight yard. Do that. Let's see. And that should do it. Though, actually, I think I might have to do something about the deliveries of fuel. I might have to actually just deliver them by road because on how convoluted it would be to get the fuel delivered in by road. Although, if there was one industry I had available, it would have been a gasworks, which would have had been converting the... Oh, you have got to be joking. This is gridlock. Oh my gosh, I'll have to basically set up some new signals to replace all this crud. If I could just find time to put it down. Thank you, game. There we go. Oh, I'll have to get rid of these old semaphore signals. But now the tracks should be clear for all the trains, and should start making us more money again. Speaking of which 7.17 billion dollars in company value. That is literally insane. Let's see, 49 points. It's pretty good. Let's see. Oldest vehicle, 120 years. What vehicle do I have that's over 120? I need to have a look at my fleet. I think there might be a way for me to figure out which vehicle is the oldest. Let me see. It shouldn't basically be that old. In an industry who just downgraded because of the lack of service. Speaking of service, well, at least this train is picking up its needed supplies of water, and it will be bringing it back down to the fruit juice factory. While at the same time, the deliveries of fruit juice are being made, and I think that pairs of switches should be around here somewhere. Oh, I actually haven't even set the train up. Okay, let's see. Freight train TS10B, you are cleared to pick up the loads of fruit juices and take it to town. I've forgotten to set you up. Alright. Now with that out of the way, it seems like we finally got some good amount of vehicles set up, and we're now in the 1970s. A very interesting time in history for some. And oh goodness sakes, there's gridlock. I think this section of the main line needs to be reworked. But that will happen in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new video uploads every Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye!